So,
give thanks and praise to each and every one.
with a special guest in the house as well.
Yes, sir.
That's a special guest in the house tonight. It just so happened we'll be talking about Kingston 12 Hifi. So it's only right we have the entire team together.
Yes, sir.
In front of us.
Yes, sir.
I'll allow you to introduce the beautiful young lady next to you.
To my right, which is your left, happens to be DJ PAPALOTL Butterfly Effects. And she is the better half of Kingston 12. And Butterfly, do the honors.
Good evening, everyone. I'm PAPALOTL, which is a Native American name meaning butterfly. And it's a pleasure to be here. Father German, always, you know, a pleasure to stay in touch and always network, and always a vibrant energy when we come to New York. It's always nonstop, never stop, go, 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 go.
Always want to play.
And it's always nice to sleep on the plane, you know, because that's probably when we actually do sleep, is when we on the plane coming here and on the plane back.
Just to get here and not sleep.
Right.
I can believe
yeah,
that.
we got
Everywhere I look, I see Kingston 12 Hi-Fi's perform.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely staying busy. And when Shinehead talks about the team now, the Kingston 12 team, I think we suffer from multiple personalities, individually.
Tripolar.
So respectively and collectively, we suffer from multiple personalities, simply because, as as everyone knows, you know, Shinehead's fame is all about his versatility with hip hop, you know, within hip hop, within reggae, singing, DJing. He's also, you know, musician, a producer. He's an insider comedian, you know, and he's definitely a reggae politician. But you know, it works out between us, I think, because between myself doing video and being the sound engineer and being the DJ, and I produce one of our radio shows that we do twice a week. I think, you know, our team is pretty. It's pretty viable. Our team, you know, he's about 4 or 5 people. I'm probably about 6 or 7. So it works out perfectly. We're totally normal. Yeah. Gracious. No. No, but big ups. Again, thank you for having us here. Finally.
Yes.
You know, but you know, what they say, better late than never.
Truly.
Okay. We're out here. We're based in New York on the East Coast, but we have ventured out to California before, myself and German as well. Kingston 12.
Yes.
From my observation, is it also a club in California?
Kingston 12 was the first reggae anything, one of the first reggae anythings on the West Coast. Started by the O'Brien family and Arras in the family, popularly known as King Richard. Reggae on the West Coast was also founded by the late great Tony Johnson, who was one of the original owners of Reggae Sunsplash. So it's between them two right there. Those are the pioneers that I am aware of on the West Coast, and I knew them both. Kingston 12 shut down and then reopened in November of 2013. 14. With the great legendary Leroy Sibbles in memory of King Richard. And kept a few nights going and then paused after that. The family, well, we came to Mini-Mart reunion because we were with Richard, and I would go check Richard in his hospital room. You know, we're playing records in his room. You know, where I smoke weed, and I'm out, and like every time I go check him, like I put more time on his life. You know, like.
As an artist, you actually started out, from what I was told, working with Sir Downbeat in the Bronx.
Yeah, but before it was Downbeat, it was smaller, what we call Wasi sounds. When I say smaller, you gotta put the wasi. They little but them talawa. Like that. So you had specialist routes on Davidson Avenue up on 174th Street in the Bronx, where I started with them. And then we got window sounds like Sanatone in the Bronx and Star Wars in the Bronx, like this, Stereo 5 in the Bronx, like that. See? But my road took a turn where you have a thing named B-Boy. It wasn't even named hip hop yet, B-Boy. And about 77, that's when I caught wind of DJ Kool Herc and the Herculoids in the Bronx. It wasn't hip hop yet. They was just plugging up anyway, keeping jams, throwing jams. Brooklyn, then I discovered the planet called Brooklyn. You know, and you know, we could go on, and if I'm not in discovering Brooklyn, then I still gotta see, yo, what's up with this Renaissance and this Audubon and this Savoy right here and this T connection up on Gun Hill Road and White Plains, and then I gotta get back to the HQ, the Disky Club, and go be with the Showers and the Spanglas and the Untouchables and the Chronicles and the 90s and the Red, like that. So I'm in the duality, you know, like this.
So once again, with all that you just said, I'm not surprised that you established something based out of something that was foundation on the West Coast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now Kingston 12 Hifi, you guys came together and collaborated and formed the team. What does DJ Butterfly bring to the team, Kingston 12, in your estimation?
In my estimation, she is the better half and the more viable half of the team. I am just, for the most part, the entertainment. Because she does the technological stuff. She's the brains of the outfit. She does the engineering. She puts us on the air. It's like she's a shooter. If there's something going on, iPhone pop out quick. And she got the SE. So that's like the 6. So you could do motion picture and she's a Facebook bandit. She gets banned because they think it's a computer when it's a human being going too fast, and then they jam her up and make her pause for like 2 weeks and things like that. This is what she brings to the table. She is the reason why it just feels like I got a hit record right now. Right now, before I even did the Great Jam Rock, before I even went to Rotterdam, before I even did Rewind, before I dipped back to France with Josie and Brigadier and Legal Shot and OBF, and before I did Sunfest Vibes, and it just bubbled up. Butterfly is the reason for that. Why? With the camera, with the technology, bam. And she also brings real, serious, deep root music. She plays like a dude.
Yes,
She plays like a dude, yo. What? And here's the thing now, because it's a man's world and we're all chauvinists, chauvinist-minded, including myself, but I'm trying to make mine recessive and whatnot, because on the real Dr. Madden, I'm not trying to be, hey, look at me, I'm such a good, fair guy, equal opportunity, and see, I got a girl with me. Now, and to begin with, we got so many dudes and wondering why, you know, let's balance this, yo. Let's balance this, because even the visual, because I observe where I see, you know, males and females playing, and in the crowd, that might make you not want to step to a dude who owe you your $5 just yet, because, you know, the vibes is right, you know, testosterone, estrogen, and, you know, conscious music is being played, you know, I'm keeping it right in the room and it's balanced. See, like this.
Okay, and DJ Butterfly, you go by multiple monikers. PAPALOTL. Okay. You gave an explanation for it earlier.
Yeah,
correct?
I mean, my history with reggae music is like over, you know, oh my God, probably like almost 30 years. I mean, I've been listening to reggae music since I grew up within a mixture of African American and Caribbean communities. And so, I mean, you hear music, you know, come on, people play loud. I lived in the hood, I'm from South Central, LA, and, you know, the music is loud.
What you mean you don't know? Get it right.
Right, so I was listening and listening to it, and by the time I was about maybe like 14, 15, I started really gravitating towards, and at that time it's the dance hall because that's what everybody in my age group is listening to, you know, high school kids, whatever. They're all more to the dance hall. This is, I would say like late 80s, I'm showing my age, I know, but, you know, this is the era of like Shabba, Nitty Gritty, King Kong, Admiral Bailey, you know, this is that era. And to me, it was just, I loved the music, I loved the beats, I didn't understand anything that was being said at the time, but the fact is, there was El General, and he is the official, you know, ambassador / translator. So the more I was listening to him and, you know, listening to Spanish dancehall, which was mostly at the time more Panamanian based, to me it was like, oh, okay, I get what they're saying because, you know, the Spanish versions were like cover songs of what was contemporary at the time. So that made me gravitate to it more, especially because I could listen to it and I wouldn't get in trouble because my mom would understand what's going on, right? She spoke English, but my mother's from El Salvador, but you know, she's not gonna understand certain things and slangs and things, and obviously she doesn't understand patois, but so I was into the music to the point where by the time I was 20 years old, I went to Jamaica and lived there as a graduate, not a graduate student, but as a undergraduate student. I did some university courses, eventually got a job for an NGO, which is a nonprofit, because I've always been a very social, conscious-minded person, and that means having a knowledge of self. And the beautiful thing about reggae music is it teaches you knowledge of self, and it teaches you to have cultural pride in yourself, and it teaches you to have some kind of spiritual connection with something that is beyond just what you're being told to believe in. So the more I became educated through my college years, and the more I was always into, you know, reggae music, the more I wanted to learn knowledge of self about me. So I am part Apache. Everyone thinks I'm Filipino, and which is funny, it doesn't offend me, but I grew up in a predominantly black community that's diverse within itself, but everyone thinks I'm Asian, and I'm very much into wanting to learn about myself. That's why my tattoos are a reflection of my cultural identity, because as much as I love reggae music, you know, you're not gonna see me trying to, I don't know how to explain it, because there's people who are very respectful to the culture, but you got cultural appropriators out there. And it's a thin line.
We call them vultures.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a thin line. It's a
Yes.
thin line. It truly, truly is. But for me now, my connection to reggae music, and then afterwards my connection to becoming an Aztec dancer, learning the spirituality behind that, and learning the philosophy behind that, is making a connection to what is the teachings of Rastafari. It's about the 4 elements. It's about balance. It's about the Alpha and the Omega, which is exactly what exists, and not just in Aztec, you know, Native American spirituality, but all across the entire continent. So when you hear concepts of one love, there's a truth to that, and there's a serious fundamental truth that goes beyond what written history, well, the history that still stays written, that we're allowed to read realistically, tells us. So, you know, that's pretty much why I have experience, not just culturally, you know, being an active community member, but I've also been a performer, not just as a DJ, but within the context of a cult, you know, theater and all that. So, yeah, like I said, multiple personalities. You know, we're nuts.
Okay. Now, the collective Kingston 12 has been very active on the scene. You mentioned a lot of the shows that you've done since you came out on the scene. What has been the reception like, first and foremost, being a musical legend that actively performs, and not only performs, but puts on a show when you perform. The whistle is something that I grew up hearing, because I grew up in the 90s. So I grew up hearing about you walking through dances, just whistling, and everything just stops. So, and I'm not
Who was that last man?
Exactly. So,
Give thanks to that.
what is the reception have been like since you returned on the scene, not only as a performing artist, but also as a selector, and not a regular selector? not what we call them, sniper, pouchies?
Yeah, pouchies.
Yes.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. ADD.
selectors.
The ADD selectors.
Attention deficit.
How is it? How's
The reception. Sometimes I see the deer in headlight reaction, and most of the, a great deal of the time, even with, especially with PAPALOTL, and they see us together, the deep selecting, everybody, some folks get an oh-ish moment like this. And for the most part, it's well received. Sometimes it's a pleasant surprise. Yeah, just wow. And to add to the authenticity, we actually play a record over 30 seconds. Right? So right there. More different reaction. It's being well received. Sometimes quietly, because you will see us and you hear us, and this is real. Like, nah, I didn't just see that right. Yo, say a word. And quiet for a while, and we keep doing it till somebody can't take it no more. And here we are doing a Soundfest vibes, and then King Lion Caribbean Showcase. For the most part, there was one little naysay on our radio program on Soundchat one night where they were saying bad things about the Kings of New York, the Conies. You know the Conies, right? K.O.N.Y. The Kings of New York, which is Downbeat the ruler, of course, as of April 15th. Yeah, vintage Rumble champs to the world. Yeah. Just said.
He's keeping up to date.
Right.
Yeah, big up to Vaughn, Downbeat All-Star, and Joseph, Downbeat Dimension.
Yes.
See?
That's the little homie right there.
That's right, yeah. And big up and happy birthday to Johnny Go Figure, you heard? Yeah, man. So, the reaction for the most part, folks are amazed. Folks are amazed, man. And then we go home and we go buy a couple of amps, some better, you know what I mean, and actually build our scoops. So, oh, by the way, it's the return of the double 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In the name of Downbeat and Jack Ruby, it's the return of the double 18. We built 4.
Okay.
Like this.
Backbreakers.
So the physical sound system has already been built.
Yeah. I can show you the picture on the
I'm
iPhone
actually
right now.
getting the picture right
Oh,
now.
all right. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah.
That's what she does.
Okay, yeah. So there you have it. Yes, yes, yes. See.
Okay, beautiful. Again, I'm not surprised that someone as rooted in the culture as yourself would take the time out to build
Oh, nice.
the Kingston 12.
That's just
sound
the
system.
bottom scoop.
That's just one of them.
Yes. I'm not surprised that you would take the time out to actually build.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you with a wall right now. I'm gonna hit you with a wall.
Let me pull up some more pictures.
I'm gonna hit you with a wall right now of the Legos. Live on King Lion Caribbean Showcase. It feels so organic to be here. I feel very comfortable. And
Shout out to Q, the paper box. You brought back some memories when you say you flew out for the mini mark reunion.
Yeah, man.
Definitely always a pleasant surprise.
So we've
to
got
speak.
4 of these.
Yeah.
This is one of the 4.
Looking like that.
Wow.
Looking like that.
Heavy duty.
Yeah. Like, yeah, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Like a suit and tie. Neat. Neat.
Sweet.
Put this on. You see that? And there you go. The Legos.
Nice.
Now for another thing I've always been told about Shine at the artist, he's about his paper. When you come at him, you come correct. So now,
So now I'm Shine's team.
So now for the promoters linking you, interested in seeing Kingston 12, you are coming with crates and crates and crates of records.
B-boy style.
Yes.
That's part B-boy right there.
Okay.
B-girl.
Yes. So now you're coming with these records, and do the promoters also hint to you that they may have an expectation for you to perform as well?
Yeah, every time.
Okay.
In the beginning, like, they wasn't trying to hear me with the records, and I'm like, look, it's like this. We spin and we sing simultaneously.
Original style.
Like that. We blending and rhyming simultaneously. I'm not the only one that can do that. I'm not unique. There's a lot of cats could. I bet you Bismarck could do it. Kid Capri. Because Kid Capri rhymes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just a note. Just a note. Asterisk. Yeah.
You would know that. We wouldn't. But I'll take your word for it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the Kingston 12 movement has lifted off. You're definitely everywhere. What's the plans for the summer? You had a tremendous performance yesterday at the Soundfest Vibes.
Thank you.
Rave reviews online. What are the upcoming plans for Kingston 12?
Well, Butterfly and I are going to be keeping a dance July 31st this year, like the end of this one. And it also features big time tune sound with selector Mr. Keys. And get this, Brooklyn. Where's Brooklyn? All right. Hey, yeah, there you go, Brooklyn. Get this. The legendary I said the legendary Fergo Digital with Kitty Rankin. I said Kitty Rankin.
Nice.
You tell him, what? You tell him.
Shout out to Kitty and the crew.
Right? That's, he's actually one of my mentors. Gave me my first dub plate and everything. Which I did play yesterday at the festival. Heidi Kamosi on Studio One.
Oh,
Pretty much,
nice.
I think,
Only
very unique, very unique.
nobody else can play that.
Yeah,
Nobody.
it's got a padlock on it.
Can't break the cryptic code.
What we did on the weekend of Memorial Day, we actually did an event called Sound for Sound. And we took out half of our sound where, we brought it to the 5-Star Bar, which is in downtown LA. It's a nice gritty bar, not too foofy, not too bougie. You could actually still get street parking and it won't, cost you an arm and a leg. And we had just 2 scoops and people went nuts. People came, they checked it out. We had a professional photographer there, and you know how people do those red carpet runways things? We were like, nah, we just want you to randomly call people and take pictures, with the sound. And it was just like amazing how many people took pictures in front of the scoops because it's such a lost art, except in places like Europe and Japan where the sound system thing is just completely taking off on its own course, of course. But to see that in the West Coast, especially in Southern California, Los Angeles especially, it's unheard of. It's not something, you'll see it with Deadly Dragon here, as an example, but it's not something you really see. And you got big reggae clubs in LA, but they got great sound, they got professional sound, the JBLs and Crowns and all that, but an actually authentically built scoops with your tops, your horns, the whole thing. He loves it. He's a carpenter, He builds everything. We live at Home Depot. We live about as much in a record shop as we do at Home Depot. So this end of this month, basically we're bringing the whole thing out. We're bringing all 4 scoops out. And it's going to be wild and nuts.
The Baltic birch does not come from Home Depot. Remember, I went down to Santa Ana. Home Depot has 11 ply. I had to get the 13 ply. When you're building your scoops, no matter double sync, you always use the 13 ply. You must, yes. Baltic birch.
Yeah, he's been nerding out, studying specs, the whole thing. It's ridiculous. Like, We are experts from the screws, cones, everything.
Always dropping jewels.
Yeah, you know, connections,
We
parallel
got people
series.
in our corner. We got people in our corner,
Yeah.
like Mikey
Yeah.
10, who ran the sound.
Like Mikey 10 who ran the sound yesterday, like Fergal, like Downbeat, like scientists on the West Coast.
Yeah.
We're with folks. We got the legendary General Jamaica that used to MC for Zodiac and Jack Ruby in Jamaica,
Who's an engineer too.
who is also an engineer. We roll with General Smiley. Let it be known. General Smiley, Kitty Rankin, General Jamaica. And we can find Michigan right over there. We got legends over there that we're trying to keep the solidarity. So now we're calling, yeah, Ross Michael. That's my pastor. When my head hurt, me go check Ross Michael with tears and come back smiling.
Sure.
That's what we got over there. So try to keep the solidarity, and now we replug back in here. That's why we came here to see the Rosses and see the roots. And because I've been here before, I've always wanted to take Butterfly here, but we always get here late when it's over, you know. So to replug in back with the item, even if we didn't do anything, just to meet the item. So let's try this again, yeah, because this cell, I need to be here. We need to be here.
Oh, wow.
See,
Appreciate it,
No,
definitely.
no.
Okay, now she just mentioned the sound system culture in Japan. Has Kingston 12 traveled to Japan as a unit as yet?
Not yet. We did go to Rotterdam, but we weren't quite named.
We weren't there yet.
We weren't there yet, but we did started playing together. We went to Rotterdam. We did then right after that we just came up with Kingston 12 and then started doing Jamrock 1, Jamrock 2, Jamrock 3. Now Dan Dalton, who is Mr. Jamrock, for real, says that the sound system, the physical sound system, is going on the Jamrock boat.
Yeah.
So shut down.
That event has been steadily improving year after year.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to the evolution of the event.
Yeah, if I may note some history, the only sound that I'm aware of that put a sound system on a boat was Jack Ruby,
Right.
Officially.
Okay.
right? And it breaks my heart that there's information on the internet that it is left in a barn somewhere in Northern California to rot. I cried when I read that.
Wow.
Who caught the dance? I cried when I read that.
Shout out to the legendary Jack Ruby.
Bobby Culture, Louis Rankin, Brimstone and Fire, Colito, Mickey Simpson, like this. It's like, hey, spun it along. Yeah, Jack lives, Downbeat lives, Papa More Africano. I'm sorry, man, I'll catch a moment at times.
No, I'm enjoying it actually. I'm a sound system buff, so it's definitely a pleasure conversating with you. It's definitely a pleasure to see what you're doing with the Kingston 12 Hi-Fi. You being Shinehead, we all looked up to you, still do, Shinehead. But seeing you come back to the root of it, it's beautiful.
Well, here's the irony. Give thanks. Here's the irony. Not only did I go back to sound system, I never left that chrome fifth wheel that I rode from the Bronx to Utica Avenue. I'm still on it. I rode it before I got on the plane, and when I get off the plane, I'm getting back on the chrome fifth wheel. That's on the back of the Rough and Rugged album. So I went back to sound. I never left my bike, and I still got about 1,400 cassettes. Not just Skateland, not just Jack Downbeat, African Love Songs, Junior, Naya Tour, and Papa Monk, Terrorists, Rainbow, like that. Not just them. I got Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 4. They ain't get the fifth one yet. I got Fantastic Romantic 5, K.L.C.S, Charlie Chase, K.L.C.S. I still have my K.L.C.S them. I got Cool Mo D and Busy B, Harlem World. I got that. K.L.C.S. I ain't gotta hit YouTube. Me out there, K.L.C.S.
So in addition, you're also a collector of cassettes as well as wax. Those crates that you brought in here, it's just ridiculous to know that you, the artist, feel the need to walk around with that much music on you. It tells me something about you automatically.
That's not hardly anything what we have.
Naturally, you can't bring everything, but what does it tell you about?
It tells me that you are one of those people that you could never have enough music around you. You could never find enough music. You're always looking. You're always searching for music. I'm the type of person that I look for music every single day. So it's not hard to spot. It's not hard to spot. Okay.
I cannot tell a lie. That's true, and I'm gonna add to that. You see, they looked at me crazy from about 2009, like, this dude lost his damn mind. But you had to plant the seed, right, Jeremiah?
Mm-hmm.
You had to make it Germanate. So Bombs, no, I carry those records and I go play. But you carrying all that stuff for? Well, I could draw a out and say laptops and CDJs and all that Seratos has made, and like technology overall has made a Western man weak. Literally and figuratively. Like intellectually and physically then. Like this. The reason for those are, it sounds warmer, and it's a big difference. You just put a record on, as opposed to somebody should be in a CD. You should be in a CD or press and click. All of yours stand there, the music playing. When I take out a record and look at it, right away, the visual affects my emotions. Emotions affect memory neurons. It takes me back to a time. So I'm gonna play this and permeate this vibe out to y'all. Can't do that with the CD and the computer, because once you press click, you're blind. Soccer moms run up and be like, oh my gosh, she's playing a real vinyl. Laptop don't get that. CD nothing, Pouchy don't get that. We get that. Yeah, we get that. And another thing, sometimes there's no time to go to the gym. They go to workout integrated in the day right there. I don't eat pasta and pizza. I eat yam and banana. Curry goat, no fat.
Okay.
I will carry them till I can carry them no more. And by the way, I just came from the doctor today. I don't got doctors on the West Coast. My doctor's in the Bronx. I love my doctor. Dr. Duguay is later than I am. Yeah, don't worry, be happy. But guess what he gave me today? A report with negative anything. I'm a brand new baby, 0 miles on the transmission. Put the sticker wherever you want to put it, because I got warranty. I'm brand new. Who are you? Over 40. Be easy.
Over 40.
Yeah, I'm brand new. I was down. Am I going to hear something messed up to? Nothing. I am so clean. Give thanks to Jah Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Kingston 12 radio shows. I know you do a radio show on Irish and Chin.
We, Butterfly and I, we do Irish and Chin sound chat every Sunday, and we play right after Downbeat. No sound in the world wants to play before or after Downbeat. We play after Downbeat because Kingston 12, children of Downbeat be we. We could do that. We are not afraid of Downbeat. Why? Because Tony Screw raised me. That's why. How you gonna be afraid of your dad? But in the beginning, I panicked one day because you got somebody, a legend named Father Festus of Coxon in London. And Butterfly and I, we were on Dub Force. So the first time that we listening to Father Festus on Dub Force, and we got to play after Father Festus. So we play after Father Festus, and in the meantime, I got to catch Tony Screw on Soundchat. The first time I had to do that, I got drunk. And then I thought about it for a week up until the next Sunday. And I'm like, wait a minute. Screw raised me. Why? Nah. And that's how I came back home. Through the Matrix. Jedi mind trick styling. Fear is no more and nah. Yeah, we play after Downbeat and Fergo Digital plays after us.
What's the time slot?
The time slot, East Coast time, Bodyguard is at 4 to 6. Tony, the Downbeat is at 6 to 8. And we are 8 to 10. And Fergo is 10 to 12. Fergo closes the night.
Okay. So check that out, irishandchin.com every Sunday evening. Legendary lineup. You can get that authentic music, that authentic feel. You can feel the grooves in the record.
Yeah, and on Tuesday nights, which is about 11 o'clock East Coast time, we do Husky Radio Digging Daily.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out all the radio shows that you do, so I can start tuning in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna tune in to y'all because Sniper over there. Man, I tell you, I hear some tune tonight. Seen acknowledgement and love, big up Sniper. I seen. No stress. Yeah, man. Cause it's gonna go down.
As I said before, I consider myself a Sound Clash buff. So
do you select by any chance?
Yeah.
Oh, here go the modesty. That means he's dope. Lick a shot, Sniper. Lick a shot. That means Madness dope. Yep. You know them shower cats be humble. Then slice you up. I know that trick. I know that trick.
You totally made me forget the question I had.
Dubwise.
I'm looking forward to listening to these radio shows. You have actually reignited the energy within me.
Thank you. Do you DJ, Mr. Madden? I suspect you DJ.
I play music.
Here we go. And your records are here tonight, right?
No.
Your spinning format is here.
No.
I can look you up Cloud or YouTube somewhere?
No. I purposely left my music home when German switched the flyer today and it said Kingston 12 was on the flyer.
Oh, I like your card, sir. I like that card.
It was nothing for me to do but to sit back and observe greatness.
Nah, I'm not buying that one. No, I'm not buying that one.
Can I tell you? Yeah. Before we get into you actually playing some music, I will tell you what was the most pleasing thing actually meeting you tonight.
Yes, I.
When you walked in the door, you didn't know who I was. You stopped me. We stopped each other. We shook hands.
Yes, sir.
You asked me my name.
Yes, I.
And your entire demeanor was not what I would expect for someone who I consider a legend. I've met artists, platinum selling artists before, and they have a certain air to them.
Oh.
And I didn't get that from you at all. I felt like I was meeting someone I could have a regular conversation with at any time, at any point during the day.
Give thanks, I wasn't trying.
It's natural.
Give thanks.
I can tell it's natural. It's not forced.
It is.
Give thanks, thank you. And also now, it comes in handy now because I'm on a thing now where if I don't know you or I do know you, I am now going to say hi, especially if you are dark-skinned, because it is necessary now. A simple hi and a smile, no matter where you are, in transit, catching a flight, you at C-Town, you wherever. You're in West Bubble, you're in Alabama, you're in New York, wherever you are. This needs to be started amongst black people now.
Sniper actually played the most powerful record I heard tonight.
And caught me off guard with it. Right,
Exactly.
right.
The timing, everything,
Right.
perfect.
It feels like a movie, Madden. It feels like a movie. Since I came back out and, trying to make a joyful utterance to the the whole thing has been feeling like a movie since 2010, Garance Festival in south of France.
Good music is timeless.
Yeah.
Wisdom,
It
wisdom's the key.
Yes, sir.
And you definitely you possess it. You don't seem to have a problem sharing it. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I told German we didn't have enough time for this interview tonight, so I purposely kept this interview to the Kingston 12 Collective.
I wanted to come here even if nothing happened, just to meet y'all, just on some etiquette and manners and principle.
So much history, so many things to talk about. Hopefully we can get you back here during the summer. And
Hopefully, yeah.
if not, I'm saying German started that West Coast trot, so we might be out on the West Coast sooner than later.
Oh, we're going to be back. We're going to be in Connecticut August 13th, so.
Yeah, man, how you mean? Already plugged in.
Okay.
Sure.
Kingston 12, the collective. There's a fan page on Facebook, Kingston 12. I went and I looked around, poked around.
That's probably the club, Kingston 12, the club,
That's the club. That's
Okay.
us.
which is
Well,
the
you see-
family's page.
Okay, you see now, that's the confusing thing, because I go to the page and I see pictures of you on the page and it makes me think, okay, well, this is the official page. What is the official page on social media that people can reach out to Kingston 12, the collective?
Okay, let me differentiate that. The Kingston 12 LA is like a fan page of the club that was started by King Richard back in the 70s.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a fan page, and since we have performed as Kingston 12 Hi-Fi, see, we're Kingston 12 Hi-Fi, not to say we're not connected with the family and the legacy of King
We
Richard,
still are.
but that's a fan page of the history, you know, like when they want to post
The
pictures.
sound pays homage to the
Right,
club.
exactly.
basically. Okay.
Anybody else is exploiting.
Okay.
Everybody else is exploiting.
Vultures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, our fan page is actually Butterfly Effects, and that is because I actually started with my radio show that is our Tuesday show on diggingthebeat.com. It's called Butterfly Effects, and that's kind of how we met. He was my guest, and well, he was supposed to be my guest in August, and he couldn't make it. So he became my guest in September. And then after that, he just was like,
Never
okay, I'm ready to
left.
play.
Never left.
Right. He just
Never
kept
left.
bringing records. Like,
I
okay,
never left.
when is it? At what time? And then, so he just kept bringing records. And I was like, well, okay, I'm not going to tell Shinehead he can't come play records on my radio show. I mean, that's kind of, you know, just a tad rude.
Alright, you see what she's saying right there?
Is exactly the way I bust ass to come here, because I'm gonna go see someone fun, and I'm gonna have some fun. So I brought them records to play with her, because she and her next girlfriend fun, and some other DJs there from Husky Radio showing up in them fun. Yay, let's have fun. See, that's the notion. So I was a guest the first time and never left. Alright, that is the same mindset that hit me today when the time was looking real sticky, that I was coming here anyway, only to find out it's Sunday night, foundation night with Rastio Dirty 45. We all know where we at. I'm like, no they didn't, see? So the same way when I met Butterfly and like, you know, that whole nice vibe with her and her peoples, and I just want to play with fun people and have fun, is the same way I broke neck to come here to be with the item, because something just felt, because me know you already and your roots, and yeah, I'm going with the comrades and the brethren. Yeah, that's where I want to be at.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna do it another week in a row. Last Monday we had a lot of fun. We had another sound from the West Coast. That's One Wise.
Yeah.
We were here last week.
Yeah.
Black Roots, King Addies.
See.
So we're gonna turn up the vibe again. Another Monday. Special guest, Kingston 12.
Yeah.
It's definitely a pleasure. I'm
Sure, we have
definitely
to
Thank
plan
you so
for
forward
it.
to, and I'm definitely looking forward to having you back, having a longer conversation.
Oh yeah.
History. I got a lot of questions.
Serious as cancer.
Yes, seriously.
I think one of the most wonderful things about working with Shinehead is our Tuesday show is about having guests. Like, we have special guests. And it has ranged from Alika,
Nice.
who is a world-renowned Latin American reggae star, to Hector Guerra, and then we've had local artists, local reggae artists, but it's a hip hop and a reggae show. Digging Daily is a hip hop.
Even hardcore's like crazy hype.
It's a hip hop, yeah. It's a hip hop show. I was asked to do a reggae show by the founder of the organization, and when people who are, I would say, younger than 30, and I'm talking about hip hop heads who come in who are younger than 30, and Shinehead starts playing just some straight 90s hip hop, and then he starts playing instrumentals. Now, mind you, people are bringing their flash drive, their tracks are on their phone, things like that. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. And then maybe their phone isn't working or the flash drive isn't compatible with the computer or whatever. He's just like, I'm right here, I got this beat. Yo, give me 16 bars. And they're just like,
They can do it.
And for a lot, it's actually like a boost of a sort because it's testing them. Do they really have it? Do they really have it?
What you made of?
Are they capable? We had a guest, and I'm not going to say who he is, because he's a well-known hip-hop artist. He's a founding of something very unique. I'm just leave it like that. He was like, I don't freestyle. I don't freestyle. I have my show. I do my set. It goes like this, 30 minutes, 30.0, that's it. And I was like, okay, cool, because usually the format is Shinehead will do a set. We introduce the guest, maybe do a little interview, blah, blah. Well, that night, he was like busting out new rhymes. Like I told Shine, like, oh, he don't do freestyle, so don't push him, la la la. Shine's like, yeah, and played a bunch of instrumentals. Like I never gave him no heads up.
The locks.
And the guy was like just busting out rhymes and busting out rhymes and busting out rhymes, and he was like, I can't even believe. And
50.
he brings out the best in people, is what I'm trying to say. And when you see these young cats, now the young reggae cats, they know who Shinehead is, The legacy that he has in the reggae world is unbelievable and amazing. But when you see these hip hop cats, especially because this is West Coast, and they're just like, who is this guy? They're just like, whoa, they can't believe it. I mean, at one point, this guy almost spit his drink out in front of the camera because Shinehead just starts doing like this Hindi voice, and he's just like doing how he does all his voices and impersonations. The dude who he doesn't know like how Shinehead performs and the comedy and the whole thing that he puts into it. That dude almost spit on the camera. I mean, because that's just how funny and amazing and how dynamic he is, and when
he's
he
an
gives
anomaly
off.
in these
Yes,
times.
extremely.
Yes.
In all times, I think he was probably he was definitely an anomaly back in the 80s, because of the whole, he's got the hip hop demeanor, well, the b-boy demeanor with the waves, and here he is like at a big Shata club, which they didn't even call it that back then,
Who's this Englishman?
Yeah, exactly. Which,
Shout out to my fellow countrymen.
more of a b-boy than
I was
anything
on
else.
Smith.
Say what? Oh, I swear.
Yeah.
Really golf. Big up, yeah? Yeah? Right then. Channel.
Kingston 12, the collective, it was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having us.
Looking forward to hearing some of these records.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to having you again. We freestyled
Yes,
the interview because we weren't sure if you guys were getting here.
I apologize for being so late.
No need.
That's one of the first things I should have did.
No need to.
Nah.
I got a phone call and the person said to me, you would not leave the studio until he arrives.
See that right there? That's English humor, guy. That's English humor. I get it now. You see that cool reserve thing there? Yeah. And I'm on to that, yeah?
Kingston 12.
Alright, listen.
Kingston 12 Hi-Fi. Check them out every Sunday on irishandchin.com. That's the
Sound
Chat Radio.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And look out for them this summer, crisscrossing the United States, Europe, doing these shows,
Digging
entertaining
Daily.
people.
Rescue Radio.
Hey yo, and if anybody coming to the West Coast per chance, and to my West Coast peeps, don't forget July 31st downtown, 5-star bar. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and Downbeat tomorrow.
Downbeat.
I'm digging.
We will be having Downbeat the Ruler on Digging Daily tomorrow night, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Tune in.
Tune in. Yeah, Joseph Dimension and Von All Star are gonna be there also. It's gonna be gully.